Hi, everyone. Had a request to talk about the different ways we can look at capacity. So you see in the picture here, I've got a couple different types of capacities and thought I would explain what we got going on in the picture here so you'd understand it. So the first one will be up on top here, which is the theoretical. This is that perfect world. This would be something like, let's say, three machines, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, three shifts. So I'd take 3 times 8 is 24, times 5 is 120, times 3 equals 360, excuse me. So in a perfect world, I would have 360 hours to work with. But of course, we know the reality is that doesn't allow for breaks, downtimes, be they planned, unplanned, or whatever. So what's more realistic is what's called rated over here on the left, number 2. Do that over on the right side. Rated takes this theoretical perfect world, 360, and adjusts it by two things. Number one, utilization. And utilization is how much can we realistically use. Let's say, 90% is what we can realistically use. So 360 times zero point 0.9 is 324. And then we multiply that one more time by efficiency, which is how well we use the time. So let's say we're 95% efficient. So then I'd come up with 307.8 or 308 rounded off. Okay? The ones that are new here, though, are the load, safety, capacity, excess, and protective. Load is how much actual work I need. So that's this section here. So out of 308 rated, I might need, let's say, 250. Okay, and that's just a number I made up. That's really my productive capacity. So we call it load, but also you could call it productive capacity because it is the part of capacity that you're actually doing something with. Now you'll notice here, safety, you could argue that's the difference between the 308 and the 250. So that is the extra 58 that we have for safety, just in case, if you want to call it. And safety can be broken down into two parts, protective and excess. And I don't have it in the middle on purpose. It could be anywhere, but you could argue that protective capacity is that little extra you need out of the safety or above the load. And I'll just pick a number. Let's say it's 30. So that's an additional 30 hours that you've got there just in case. And then the excess is going to be the amount above the protective. So between 288 in this case, 288, excuse me, how about 280? I'm sorry. It's the 250 right here, plus the additional 30 that we have just in case. So perhaps, and this is just pure speculation on my part, you could call that what we need to protect in case I need some extra for scrap, demand variation, whatever, just in case. And then the difference from 280 to 308 is called excess. It is part of safety, just another different way of looking at just in case. In this case, it's another 28 hours. But I think it reminds me of lean in that I probably will never need it, so it's excess. So protective for me is kind of like the safety stock of capacity. Excess is that part that I'll probably never need unless there's just an absolute surge out there that's going on. And so that's a perspective and a way that we could look at these different capacities. I would say go to the dictionary, your supply chain dictionary, and whatever way you've got, be it textbook or whatever, and go with their definitions. But I wanted to give you a sense of place and where they fit in so you can come up with your own perspective on how to look at those things.